when I'm picking bulls to keep myself, I try and keep bulls that are 5-star as well. And anything else would be, I'd cull them heavily, as in I'd sell them off to the market just as regular weanlings if they're not easy calf, and have 5-star and have a bit of milk behind them as well.
Hello and welcome to the Beef Edge, the Teagasc Beef Podcast, for all your latest news, information and advice for Irish beef farmers. I'm Catherine Egan, and in advance of the Irish Grassland Association Open Day on the 30th of July in County Cavan, I'm joined by Sebana Moynagh to get an insight into the Breffni Pedigree Charolais Herd to discuss some of the practical beef production and grassland management strategies relevant to both pedigree and commercial suckler farmers that's been operated on the farm. Sebana, you're very welcome. Congratulations on being selected to host the IGA National Beef Walk. Can you give an overview of your farm system?
Yeah, so we run an mostly autumn-calving system. We calve 70% autumn, 30% spring. We kind of do that because we have the system in place kind of that suits it. We run 90 cows, so we calve about 70 cows all over the autumn, and then about 20 or 25 come springtime. We calve all August, September mostly. That's the main. Because I suppose we do that because we have, when we're finished cutting silage after cows calve, we kind of have after grass, so we've good grass for cows. So when the calves come in, they are kind of stronger. They're kind of 2.5, 3 months old, so they're over scours and pneumonias and stuff like that. So they're kind of stronger coming in on the shed, and it suits the system better than trying to calve all my cows in the spring. I just wouldn't have the facilities or the grassland for them.
And particularly in the system that you're having, it's rare to hear of 90 Pedigree Charolais cows in the one herd. It suits the system as well when you're breeding pedigrees.
Yeah, it suits us. It suits us. We were always a spring calving herd, but over the years we've kind of went more towards the autumn calving. It suits the system. We've good sheds, and we make lots of good quality silage with the grass we grow and stuff. So it's kind of, we have stronger bulls then for sale. If you calve them in the autumn, you have good bulls for sale, 16, 17 months of age when you're selling them. They're autumn, the following autumn into the next spring. So it kind of suits the system we have.
Most definitely. What was your thought process at the start when you decided to go pedigree for a full herd and choosing the Charolais breed?
Over the years, my father started off with one cow, and we bred up over the years. But I always wanted a herd of pedigree Charolais cows. Now, probably never had thought I'd have 90, but we had just wanted. I don't know. I just like the Charolais breed, and they breed well for us, and they're easy fleshed, and I do a lot off grass, so it kind of suits there again.
You're focused heavily, Sebana, on the easing calving genetics. How do you balance calve and ease? When you're producing these powerful, high-quality Charolais bulls?
With the breeding strategy we use, we don't compromise on easy calving. Easy calving has to be number one, because any farmer we sell to, they're normally part-time farmers, they're working off farm or whatever, so we need easy calving. I suppose carcass conformation, when we're looking up the bulls, we try and go for 5-star terminal and replacement. Try to get a carcass weight and a good of 38 to 40 plus kilos. A carcass conformation of 1.9 to 2, over 2 if we can at all, because that'll leave you with a good weanling sale for the man or woman that's buying your bull. Grass is key, I suppose, for us, and milk is key as well. We'd have to go for a plus milk. They seem to flesh easy off grass for some reason. They put on the kilos, and their conversion rate is very, very good.
And you've had huge success selling bulls through the ICBF Stock Bull Finder. What are commercial suckler farmers looking for most when they're buying a stock bull from you, or what has changed over the last number of years?
I suppose most farmers are coming looking for a bull that will produce a good weanling for them, but won't compromise on the easy calving end either. So I suppose over the years, more people have access to the Stock Bull Finder, and they have a better selection. You can look up all your data on the Stock Bull Finder, to see what average daily gain they have, what stars they have, what calving difficulty they have. The calving difficulty is usually fairly right now. I suppose it's mostly terminal. They're looking for high terminal value. There's not too many people breeding replacement heifers off their suckler cows. Well, some are, but we'd kind of go for, when I'm picking bulls to keep myself, I try and keep bulls that are 5-star as well. And anything else would be kind of, I'd cull them heavily, as in I'd sell them off to the market just as regular weanlings if they're not easy calving, have 5-star, and have a bit of milk behind them as well.
Most definitely. And running the 90 cow pedigree herd, it's very impressive. What are the management systems that you've put in place, particularly around managing labour? You mentioned there are a lot of farmers that are buying these bulls or working part-time. What are the key things that you've changed in your system from a labour point of view?
It's only one labour unit here. I work most of the stuff myself. My brother gives a hand the odd time with maybe bits of machinery work or whatever, but winter time is all up to myself. I suppose we have good facilities. We have good shed for the good calving pens, good shed, cubicles, and we have a diet feeder for feeding, which saves a lot of labour. We have a straw bedder for bedding the calves. I suppose they get a small skite of bedding every day, just trying to save labour, I suppose. But you'd still put in the full day working, but I suppose the diet feeder saves a lot of hours every day. When the feed is mixed for them there, it's very simple to throw it out, and the bedding thing works very well as well, very simply.
And around the breeding season, what do you use for heat detection aids to help with labour around that?
I just keep a close eye on them. In the shed, we have brushes for the cows, so we can't really use tail paint. But most of the cows, because they're kind of fairly maternal as well, they would come cycling very strongly. So you would very rarely miss them now, to be honest with you. And the way I work it, they calve in August. Most of them calve in August, say. By the time they're AI'd, it'll be near the end of October, so most of them would have a cycle over already, so we take records of that and just keep a close eye on them.
Obviously, grass is a key focus on your farm and as part of your system. In recent years, what changes or improvements have you made on the farm when it comes to grass?
I suppose when I took over first, we decided we'd make paddocks around the farm, just for ease of access to management and to move cattle easier and grow more grass. I suppose we put drinkers in there as well, to split the paddocks up into a small amount. I would have worked on a lot of dairy farms over the years, and I suppose access to fields and paddocks made some difference on dairy, and so why wouldn't it work on beef? So it works quite well for us. We have good roadways up through the farm as well. We found gravel on the farm, so we're lucky enough we hadn't to spend too much money on infrastructure that way.
Good infrastructure, I suppose, is something that comes up again and again, and it's key to your grass production system. I suppose it's helping you remove surpluses or grow more grass and utilise it on the farm as well. Yes,
definitely. We kind of work with the Teagasc way, is graze for 3 days and grow for 3 weeks. But this year now is it's testing us a small bit, all right. It's just harder to keep grass in front of them. But that's basically what we do. As long as you have enough drinkers placed around the farm as well, you can operate fences, the white reels there anywhere around the place,
Yeah, most definitely. And I suppose soil fertility is also a key thing on your farm. What is soil fertility like on the farm, or what changes have you made on the farm when it comes to soil fertility?
I suppose when I started off there again, where our ground would have been lows and P's and K's, and over the years we've used a lot of slurry. We use a lot of slurry during the growing season, more so than at the beginning and end of the year. So we kind of, if we cut silage, most of the farm would probably get cut for silage once a year. So we'd go out with slurry after that, and that brings up the P's and K's. We soil sample every 2 years and use fertiliser accordingly. Just buy what we need. Now we don't have any. We're not allowed to use phosphorus at the minute because we're high in P's, and our K's now is some of the land is not so high in K's, but we use a good bit of cattle slurry, so that kind of brings it back up.
And I suppose once the soil fertility has been corrected on the farm, you've started to carry out a lot of reseeding on the farm in recent years. From your experience, what was your key learnings, or what would you say were the main benefits for where you carried out reseeding?
Definitely made some difference. The amount of grass you can grow from reseeding the field, it's only when you have fields side by side, the one that's reseeded and not reseeded, it makes some difference. We'd grow grass early in the year and late in the year, whereas older grasses they kind of grow in the middle of the season, and that was all. over the years, we've reseeded the whole farm there over the last 10 years. I suppose we've reseeded nearly the whole lot. We're nearly ready to start again.
You're hosting the National IGA Beef Farm Walk on the 30th of July. What can listeners expect to see on the evening?
You'll see a selection of cows and calves. We'll have young weanling bulls there, a section of them as well, and a selection of weanling heifers. And I suppose we have the yard and the housing. We'll be showing that as well. I hope there's something there for everybody to have a look at.
Thanks very much, Sebana. I'm sure listeners are looking forward to attending the walk on the 30th of July at 6 p.m, and further details are available on the Irish Grassland Association website.
Thank you very much, Catherine.
That's all for this week's episode, and my thanks to Sebana for joining me on the show. You can catch up on all other shows and interviews from the Beef Edge podcast on the Teagasc website at teagasc.ie, or you can listen on Apple as well as Spotify. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe so you never miss a show. For all other updates from our beef programme, keep an eye on our Twitter and Facebook pages. Until next time, I'm Catherine Egan, and thanks for listening.